It's scary, man.
You guys fear death?
But it's lit.
Well, I do fear death. Do you not fear death?
Why do you fear death?
Because you don't know how you're going to die. Like, you know what I mean? Like, perhaps are you going to die in pain? Or are you going to die looking bad? Like, that's
Why what is only fear? Welcome back to the Raydioactive podcast, everyone.
Thank you.
Guys, I was trying to not give you a cringy intro today. My co-hosts are not having
our
it.
intro stay cringy, man. That's our brand now. Cringy. Cringy beginning.
Welcome back, boys.
Good to see you, man.
Last episode was Mona's podcast. We crashed that one. You guys loved that. You guys seem to resonate with that on a very deep level. Yeah, she is crushing it, and I hope that you guys took something away from that. Quickly going through a little of the comments that were from the podcast that you guys left. You guys are doing the wrong baking. This became a meme.
I did.
Success without drama. Kudos to Mona for setting an example. Too many people out there. Radioactive is taking things to a whole new level.
Get in.
Love this podcast.
I feel like you should vlog Raymond Kahuma getting baked.
Yeah. Should I feel the same. I feel the same.
Should I?
The comments.
Melvin kept hyping Mona.
Yeah, Mona deserves the hype. She's worth the hype.
I love this episode. Mona seems like a genuine person. Wow.
She's really beautiful, man.
Everyone, she's beautiful
Facts.
inside and out, you know. Mona products are I thumb the pod at Melvin has jokes. Okay. Her humility is awesome. Mona is taking over the comments. These were
Everything's about Mona.
okay. Thank you guys so much for leaving comments. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Tell us what you think. Literally, like on every listening platform, if you guys could leave us a comment or a review, we'd much appreciate that. A minute ago, I don't know what that was, but like it was kind of weird, so I had to like.
What?
What happened a minute
What
ago?
happened a minute ago?
Okay, you guys missed it.
Hey. I didn't see.
Okay.
Hold on. Before we go any further, I just want to say, I missed you guys, man. Let me tell you. Every time I see you guys,
Guys, look at the way Jesse's looking at me. I'm about to hug him, man. It's being weird.
Let me tell you. Every time I see you guys on Snap, without me, I'm like, bro, when am I gonna see these guys? I'm like, man, I cannot wait to see these niggas and just be with them, man. So, what you want to? You have surprisingly soft hands.
Thanks. Moisturize.
Nice.
Keep it up.
You think you're Toto?
Eh?
You think that's Toto man behavior?
No?
Hold my hand.
Express your feelings.
Which one?
Everyone, please attack Jesse. Attack Jesse in the comments. He has refused to hold my
at 12
hand.
in the night. Say, man, the truth is, I also care about you.
Yeah, then I'll tell him then. I said you 12.
Everyone, I hope you know it is Jesse that takes displays of affection badly.
No, just he's a very affectionate man. He has a rep to maintain
Not
in
working.
the streets.
Not at the
In the
office.
streets.
Oh, you're in the
yeah,
street.
Yeah, you know it's.
In the
Okay.
streets, I'm affectionate.
Before I introduce today's guest, how are you guys doing?
I'm doing great. Can't complain.
Give us an answer that is not vague.
I thank God I don't look like my problems.
Ooh. Yeah, I fuck with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
That's my
yeah,
new
like
response.
It, yeah.
Melvin,
Yo, me, I'm actually having a surprisingly stressful week.
What's been going on?
Unnecessarily stressful, man. My life is so nice, but like there's just some shit that's stressing me out.
girls,
No.
money.
Never that.
School.
That shit is stressing me the fuck out. And it's not even like school. It's just the sort of like the registration process. It's just taking too long, man.
Dude, I'm sorry about that. I hope you sort it out.
No, I will. After this pod, I will.
Okay, that sounds like a threat to someone.
No, it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
just like that. Okay.
I'm done playing games with these guys.
On my end, I'm drinking and drinking, surprisingly. And I know I keep saying this, that I'm not going to party and drink. But every time I say this on the goddamn podcast, that's exactly what my friends make sure I do. So,
Not us, meanwhile. Not these friends.
oh, by the way, you guys
Other
don't actually
friends.
force me to
As
like
we
take
expect
shots.
you.
Never ever.
Your decisions, you guys.
Yeah. Never ever.
I swear to God, when you tell people that you're not drinking, that's exactly when they want to force shots down your throat. And so yesterday, I took hella shots. I can feel my tolerance going up. I thought I'd be hangover like when we were filming this. It's like 11 a.m. So I woke up at 3 a.m. and started like packing my body with water and like juice.
Bro, I
You know
like
what
the
else?
new. I like the shirt. I like them. That's some of the merch
Thank
that you got. To.
Yes.
We need to start working on our merch. Because
Hey!
that shit is hard.
Badly.
That shit is hard.
It's in the pipeline. Soon
I
come.
know what we're going to do. We have a few.
I like that design of that shirt. If we do much, it might be.
Oh, this is
similar
much
to
as well. This is much as well.
Oh, who's much?
His name is that Malcolm guy.
Oh, I know him.
Yep. Mob Local.
Lit.
It's so hard. I wish I could turn around and show you guys.
Retouch.
This is Mr. Beast. He's one of my favorite YouTubers, like the god of YouTube right now. So I fuck with him heavy.
But we're coming for you.
We're coming for his neck.
Coming for the throne.
Okay. Speaking of thrones, I need to introduce today's guest. We made them stand for like literally like 10 minutes. Okay, so you guys are like, I don't know how to tell you this anymore. We only get the best guests. And today's guest is a humanitarian, actor, and a beauty model. A beauty mogul. Yes, exactly.
And an
And-
executive director.
And executive director. Okay, welcome into the studio, Warren Aine. Warren said, "Hi, bitches."
I'll be like, hi, bitches.
Oh, bitches, say
They're
hi
good to-
back.
they're good to you
Say
guys.
hi back,
They're two of
bitches.
you.
Does he get-
They're two of you.
How are you guys?
Okay.
We're doing great.
Thank you for having me.
Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
that is a dope outfit.
That's a nice bag. I
Like,
actually hadn't
you
seen
like?
that bag yet. That's
Your
a fire
Instagram is fire. So like, this is. I'm sure you're like chilling now.
bag. Yeah, this is a
Yeah,
off-
right
this is a
now
off
I'm
day.
just on like vacation.
Cash.
Vacation.
With the outfit.
Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Okay, are you having some trouble with the headphones?
I'm not really.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Is that fine?
Yeah, it's fine.
You can hear. That's cool.
Okay, how are you feeling, Warren?
To be honest, I'm feeling a bit tipsy. These guys are literally the worst. They literally fed me rosé. And now I can't even think straight.
Yeah, it's okay. We won't tell them what time it is, so they don't judge us.
That's
Won't
the
tell
best
them
way
what
to.
time it is.
That's the best way to do a podcast. You can like tell all your secrets and not be worried about anything. You know.
Time to spill all the tea.
Anyway, let's get right into it. When I introduced you, I said humanitarian actor, beauty mogul, and executive producer. How old are you?
I just done 23.
Same.
Jordan.
Jordan, yeah.
Who is Jordan?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Oh, oh, okay.
Do you know who Michael Jordan is?
Yes.
He said, "Who's Jordan?"
How are you able to do all this stuff at the age of 23? I feel like you're outperforming me left, right, center.
Well, I feel like if you do have like a goal that you want to achieve in your life, you will literally aspire to get that no matter what the circumstances are. So with me, I have just always wanted to brand myself in a certain way and to also have my life go a certain way. That's why.
Okay, so what's your goal for the humanitarian? What exactly do you do as a humanitarian?
You know what that means, right? Okay.
I'm not sure.
So
I do
basically,
completely
a
though.
humanitarian is someone that stands for human rights. You get what I mean? So with myself, I do like to help people who feel oppressed in a way or like who don't identify with anyone. You get what I mean? So in that sense, you get sometimes people do DM you and be like, oh my God, I'm going through this and blah, blah, blah. So you do give them a sense of direction. You like advise them in what to do and like you advocate for human rights and just be the voice for those who can't really like stand up and speak for themselves, because there are people who would want to express themselves, but because of certain things, they really can't do that. You get what I mean? So that's what I do. So in case I see something is pressed or like people are not really being heard, that's something I like to do. So I just like to be there for those who can't really be there for themselves, if you get what I mean.
Wow. Good for
Yeah.
you. Add good human being to this.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, that's what I had. I think I had an idea of what humanitarians do, but like, I guess I'd wanted to hear what you exactly think.
Yeah. And that's also that's the first one that you have on your bio. So is that like, do you feel like that's your purpose? Like a voice to a voiceless?
If I'm being honest, I just felt like it looks cute like that.
Humanitarian.
It looks cute.
Yeah, like if you read it, it just looks cute like that. Like the beauty mogul has more impact.
Yeah.
So that's what before I had entrepreneur, but then I took it down.
Also, it's progressive, like humanitarian, actor, beauty mogul. It's like
like the last thing has to be with a
Pop.
bang.
Facts.
Like needs to be
Facts.
banging.
Okay, I see. So why did you take down the entrepreneur?
Simply because right now I'm more into filming and whatever. It doesn't take away the fact that I'm doing entrepreneurship as well. It's just that Instagram doesn't really, it won't look flattering the way I want it.
It's a very long word.
Yeah, it's so long and
Uncute.
Not cute.
Yeah, not cute if you have like 4 words over there, it's just not aesthetically pleasing.
You say actor. Have you done any acting?
Yes, I have.
Anything we might have seen?
I don't think, because most of the work I've done is in Cape Town. You get what I mean? Yeah, so I don't think they do show it in Uganda, and most of the stuff has copyright. So yeah, it's probably distributed back in Cape Town, but I do acting. I'm a film student. I've been studying film for 3 years now.
Well,
After, it's a film school in Cape Town.
After.
Yeah. So literally that's what I've been
AFD?
doing. AFDA.
after.
There it is.
School for the Creative.
Yeah, that one there.
Okay.
So, did you work on movies or TV shows?
So mainly what they do at the film school, you do get to learn how to act both in films and also on TV. You get what I mean? So with me, I do love to be on TV. You get what I mean? That's something I aspire to actually do. So you do get to learn that. So they can't put you on TV. I once did like a TV show, but it's back there still. Not here.
Still back in Cape Town.
Yes. So everything is just back in Cape Town. Sorry, guys. But yeah,
How come you live in Cape Town? You're in
because I'm
Uganda,
studying
right?
there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
How long have you been there?
4 years now.
Okay, so you're about to get done.
Yes.
Okay, I see.
How is it living in Cape Town?
Firstly, Cape Town is very beautiful. Like it looks really nice, but it's very expensive. You know, like it's very costly because it's more of like scenery and European. So like most people who come for tourism purposes, and you know, tourism is an industry where you need to have money in order to like tour and like see these things. So that's how it is. But it's a very beautiful country. It's just that the crime is intense. You get what I mean? I feel like with development comes a lot of crime. Yeah. So there's like a lot of crime and a lot of gender-based violence. But besides that, the country is very fabulous. Yeah.
I think with development comes more organized crime, perhaps, because there's crime in these war-stricken countries as well. But like Cape Town, I'm sure it's like mobs.
Yeah, there's like gangsters and there's like, you know, those weird crimes. Like you cannot walk on the streets
At night,
and you feel safe. Literally, it's unsafe. You can't walk with your phone. You see how you can walk out here with like maybe your phone and you just don't really mind? You have to be precautious every time. Even the Uber drivers, you can't trust them because they can kidnap you and just like, use you for whatever.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but also the crime, like cities like Cape Town, I mean, like you might say that, okay, this place is more developed than this one, but then that's also usually a sign that there's like a huge ass inequality gap. So the crime is definitely more intense.
That inequality is very intense. Like, it's either you're rich or you're broke. Like that's
No
the
in
thing.
between.
There is no between. Well, there is, but like it's very minimum. You get what I mean? So like the rich are very rich and the poor are very poor. Like it's crazy. Like there's lots of beggars on the streets, guys. Like it's just a mess.
Is Cape Town the area which has like a city and then directly outside the city is like slums, straight? Is that Cape Town?
Not really. I think you had a picture on your display. You should just Google Cape Town. So it's mainly surrounded by water.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, so it's like the ocean and then
Cape Town.
Literally like that. So
Yeah.
it's like that's you. I don't know if you watched the World Cup something. Is it
Yes.
2010?
Yeah.
That's where the World Cup was in that year. Yeah. So it just has this beautiful landscape, like the mountains. Like there's a mountain that looks like a table,
Wow.
and it's called Table Mountain. So like people do come to just see all these things, and yeah, it's really nice.
How do you rate this compared to Uganda?
It's
Kampala.
definitely much better. Have you seen Uganda?
Hey.
Well, no offense. I'm just being honest, right? Like literally, Uganda cannot compete at all. Yeah.
I heard in Cape Town they're having a water crisis. Is that a thing? Or is
So that
just-
was back then, like in 2018, there was a water shortage. So yeah, but right now everything is back
Everything
to
is
normal.
okay.
Yeah.
Because I keep hearing about that all the time.
You Google Uganda. I was trying to show you guys beautiful images, but the first thing you see is
Yeah.
police violence and
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Shame. That's our country for you guys.
you look literally like you Google Cape Town here, it's beautiful shit. Here, it's like what the fuck, Google.
It's just we have a branding issue. Well, someone needs to be put in charge of this shit. Just to
Google
make sure,
searches.
just make sure they show some pretty pictures.
And the searches.
Plus, it's a graduation, or
Right? Because we do
Bruh.
have some beautiful
That's a
things.
bad
yeah,
in
we have some
Uganda.
nice
Where's
shit.
some beautiful shit, yeah?
We have some
Little
nice
little
shit.
do, man.
We put them on blast even.
Okay, so you're acting in SA. What's your goal
Yes.
with acting?
So mainly my goal with acting. What do you mean?
Do you want to be somewhere in particular in like 5 years? Do you want to do series? Because I know the South African
Film
South African
scene.
film scene is going very, very heavy on series.
Yeah, it is. But for myself, I see myself doing TV more. You get what I mean? Like TV presenting. Well, acting is good, but guys, acting requires a lot. Like you do need to have all these things for your character. Let me say, if you're going to portray a certain character, you need to have a backstory and you need to learn those lines in a specific time. But with TV, you're presenting yourself. You get what I mean? So if I'm to present myself, I'll do that effectively. You get what I mean? Because with comfort. But with acting, you need to present that character the way that character would be, the way the director tells you the character has to be. So you have to remove yourself in order to be that character. You get what I mean? So that's how it is. So in the long run, I just realized I'm more into just like TV because that's more of my thing. I love being myself at the end of the day, and just like But acting is fine. It really takes a lot of effort.
I see.
Yeah.
Facts.
I would not be good for TV because I cuss a lot. That's number one. Do you have
Well,
problems
you know,
with like live shooting?
Okay, well, you also need to remember not to cuss a lot. It depends on the network. You get what I mean? So some networks don't really mind.
What?
Yeah, some networks don't mind. Like when I was working on radio, some networks would not really mind if you like cuss a lot or whatever, because that's the target audience of your show. You get what I mean? So, for example, if your show is for like the millennials, that type of language is fine. You can say shit, you can say all that type of stuff, and it's still fine. It can still go by. You get what I mean? But if your audience is like maybe baby boomers, like the older generation, then obviously you have to be precautious. So I feel like target audience matters first before you can like establish yourself with regards to what you want to do. Yeah.
Agreed. Okay, so beauty mogul. What exactly does this mean?
As you can see.
Ooh, sound effect. What sound effect is that? Nice.
Let's go.
Okay, no, but mainly the beauty mogul stuff is just about beauty because I'm obsessed with beauty, like skincare routines and like having everything looking snatched and cute. You get what I mean? Because no one wants to see you looking crusty. Like, nobody got time for that.
Do we look crusty?
No, you guys don't actually.
Nice. We tried today, guys. Well done.
But yeah, so that's what the whole beauty mogul thing is. Because some people do follow you on Instagram for that. You get what I mean? So you have to be specific. If someone is to follow you, what do they expect? Once in a while, they're going to post about like the best beauty products that are in, like how to get rid of scars and stuff. So beauty is like very big. It's not just about how you look like. You get what I mean? It's also how are you going to maintain what you look like. So that's like a whole spectrum.
Before you go further, you mentioned removing scars. Is that even possible? Why do I feel like that's a scam?
Well, you can. You
Scar
just have to
removal.
use bio oil or aloe vera. It really
Apparently,
works.
all that shit is
What about like
scam.
laser scar
Scam.
removal?
Like,
Does that work?
Laser
you can remove a scar
removal.
like this.
Yeah, you can.
With a cream?
I had a scar over here. I got an accident. Was it last year? Actually, this year on Valentine's Day, I was in a car accident. No one knows this, not even
damn.
my family. So
Sorry.
I'm giving you
The
Sorry.
tea.
tea. But so I had like an accident on Valentine's Day. This driver slept off, and so he was driving. He slept off, and he went in the other side of the road. You know how cars are like this, so he went on that side, and then he like bumped into stuff, and then I got a concussion, and then I got bruised. Like I had a very big wound here, but it's not here anymore because scars do go. You get what I mean? You just have to use the right products because a lot of products are out there, but they're not really the right stuff to use. You just have to be very good at doing research work. You get what I mean?
I see.
But for myself, I use aloe vera, the actual aloe vera. So I go pick
Oh,
it
the
up.
plant.
Yes, I pick it up from like the plant. You pick it up, cut it in between, and then use the cream inside like that.
gel.
Yeah. The gel that really does magic, trust me. Like if you have wounds, scars, they'll be gone in just like weeks. Literally.
What do you recommend for him? There's a lot going on.
Nah,
I
have
don't
a-
see anything going on though.
I see a lot of things that
I also have a scar. I think I have a scar that used to be way bigger. I don't know what side it's on. But we used to use honey. My mom used honey for a while.
Yeah, I had honey
I
wax as well.
guess it helped.
it removes it removes the scar.
The scar,
Yeah,
man.
bio oils does this.
The scar.
Bio oil. There's something called bio oil, like it removes scars.
But then
Literally.
you said it says beauty mogul. So to me that sort of implies that like you're in some way getting paid off the beauty stuff.
Well, it depends. So that happens if the way you can get paid is if you're going to be promoting someone's product. You get what I mean? It doesn't necessarily have to mean that, oh yeah, you're getting paid. You can be a beauty mogul. You can also just wake up and self-proclaim yourself as that. You get what I mean?
I'm gonna do that.
It just depends on like how you use the term because it's a very general thing. You get what I mean?
I'm going to put this in my
Yeah.
Instagram bio right now. Beauty mogul.
Nigga, same.
Oh, come on, don't do it right now. This is my time.
It's not the same.
That's about you, Raymond.
Beauty
Okay.
mogul.
Yes. So it's not about, you don't have to do anything beauty related. You just have to like.
No, you do have to do things
Have to
beauty
be
related.
related.
Yeah. What you talking about?
You have to care about being beautiful.
Yes, you do need, because lots of people are trying to search for beauty, but they do it in the wrong places. Beauty first starts with you. If you identify with yourself that, okay, yeah, I accept myself and I'm beautiful in my skin, in my craft, that's the first step. And then you be like, how am I going to improve myself? You know, with life, you don't change yourself, you just improve on what God made you. You get what I mean? You like modify on that. So you be like, okay, fine, I look like this. So I'm going to modify on this. I'm going to touch up on this just to feel more out there. To feel more cute. You get what I mean? Yeah. So that's just how I see it. It's my opinion. Yeah.
Got it. So basically, your Instagram's popping, and I see, when I look at your Instagram, I see a lot of celebrities first get one social media platform on check. They lock in a lot of following and all this stuff, and then they can start selling their own products. So like the beauty mogul thing would be, you'd take this to another level if you started like selling your own products, because I feel like people see your Instagram and it's popping as fuck.
It's very on brand.
I'm trying to do that, but for now, since I have school, yes, I do multitask, but with me, I like to organize my stuff. So you first deal with one thing,
Yes.
and before you do another thing, because like I feel like life is all about stages. So one stage has to be bigger than the other. You get what I mean? So
Agreed.
before you maybe say, oh, I'm going to launch my product, who are you going to launch into? You have to first have those people that are going to be loyal to your product. You get what I mean? So that's why you have to first create Instagram content. And then when you're done creating that, people will be like, oh, okay, these guys are trustworthy, these guys are legit. Then when you launch your product, there are no questions asked. You get like, you already have that target market
Following.
that's like ready to.
How do you connect with your following?
So in the past, it's kind of tricky actually, you know, because you do get lots of weird DMs and lots of weird like followers.
Care to go into that?
What's the weirdest? Some of the weird DMs.
But I feel like connecting is usually in general with like how people connect lately on Instagram. You ask people, ask me a question, or sometimes you can do like a live video.
A
You
live
get what
video.
I mean? Yeah, but most times you obviously don't have to give yourself way too much into them. You have to give yourself, but not too much. So if you overdo it too much, then there's no impact. You have to be rare. You have to be scarce at the end of the day.
Hey,
People like that.
That's the
people like that.
Like a mystery.
yeah, they like what they
Yeah.
can't have. You get what I mean? But if you give someone what they want,
You're no longer valuable.
exactly, you lose value.
A fulfilled need
So
is no
that's-
longer a need.
It is a fulfilled.
It seems that you're giving these posts a lot of thought because the way you say curating content. So are these posts like? Do you plan that? Okay, I'm going to post a picture with a chopper. How the fuck did you get this chopper? By the way,
What do you mean? It's just a chopper.
you guys just have choppers lying around.
It's just a chopper, bruh.
It's just a chopper.
It's a chopper.
Well, they are choppers even in Uganda, right? Yeah, they are.
But
there.
like only the top
can-
of that
yeah,
That's
top
how you usually
gets
commute.
them.
No, but you can't because like my best friend did that this one time. You got what I mean? Like you can't. You just have to go tell them I want
A chopper.
to like
I want your chopper.
fly
For
somewhere.
real?
Yeah,
Helicopter.
I feel like you
Helicopters.
can't. I feel like
Warren was like, "You want to fly?
I want to fly.
I want to fly." You just want the chopper.
I've seen the military ones. I've seen the police ones.
Ambulance.
I've just never. Have you seen a?
Mm.
Okay.
But even the ambulance ones, there's usually like a military one that they've just
Yeah.
like ambulance on the
I don't
side.
know.
But like no one daily commutes in a chopper here in Uganda. Like only like the president.
Maybe the country, like I said before, development also matters a lot. Well, this was in Cape Town. And I was just flying to Johannesburg to shoot my docu-series. So you just reserve a chopper for like, because flying to Johannesburg is like a few hours, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So it didn't really like take much time. It's like a few hours, like 2 hours. So you just have to reserve it and tell them the time you're going to come through. You just have to pay for it and that's it.
How much do you pay for a chopper? Do you fly for the 2 hours?
Yeah, because the flight is 2 hours.
Okay.
To the
Or
place.
is it the same? It can be the same by plane and by helicopter.
It is.
Is it
the same.
cheaper?
I feel like the plane. I mean, the chopper is kind of faster.
Is it?
Yeah, I feel
It
like.
might be faster because you have to.
And it's like just you that
Yeah.
they're taking.
Yeah. And it's very private. That's a good thing about it. Like it's very private. Then you get to see things because this one in particular was very like transparent in
Oh, I
the
see its
in the
shape.
like it was like open. You get what I mean?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
there.
So it was kind of cute, and I'm like, yeah. So it was good. You get to see everything.
Do you go through all the airport checks for helicopter?
No, it's no. You just go
it's
to like a
private.
private airstrip.
Wow.
How much does
Yeah.
one pay for a flight like this?
I'm not going to talk about that.
You'll tell us off. Tell us off air, just because I think we're trying to go to.
We're trying to fly.
These
from
guys
Cape
might try to
Town
go to Cape Town and
to Johannesburg.
and- yeah.
But I don't think it would be safe to fly all the way from Uganda.
No,
No,
not
chopper.
that.
That chopper.
I mean, go to Cape Town to fly in a
To
helicopter.
Johannesburg.
Oh, when you guys are down there, just DM me. I'll
Hell
plug
yeah.
you. I'll plug you.
You'll pay for a helicopter.
Thank you.
Alright,
I've taken that.
we appreciate it.
We appreciate
I
it.
said plug.
Okay.
Uh,
So, one more thing before I finish. You know, they think that you know Kobe died on. You know Kobe.
Yes, Kobe Bryant.
He
Yes.
died using one of these, and like
Right.
some statistics came out after, and they think that a lot of these, what do they call them? Like What do they call them? Like uncharted.
Uncharted.
Yeah, uncharted flights. They think that they're extremely more unsafe than the chartered ones, like a real plane.
Well, yeah, because you know why? These are usually owned by private companies. But yes, also like aircrafts, like maybe let me say South African Airways or Emirates are owned by like private companies as well. But at the end of the day, it covers for like the whole country. You get what I mean? But now for like the choppers, it's mainly like people who are all about lifestyle and like privacy. So you can find that, yeah, maintenance and service is not really done effectively to accommodate like lots of people. You get what I mean? Like as planes, that because they do the servicing quite well to accommodate like tons of people.
Yes.
Yeah, but like with the helicopters, you just have, I feel like it's a risk, but a risk to be taken. And also maybe before I actually took this flight, I was very like scared. I kept on thinking about the whole Kobe thing, the whole
I'm
time.
not over that Kobe shit either, man.
Oh, apparently, like these uncharted flights took a dive once Kobe died around the world. They have like half the flights that they used to have.
And Kobe was on a nice ass helicopter.
Of course.
Super
He-
nice.
I think this was his helicopter.
Does it
Um,
personal
He
one,
bought
I
one.
think.
Yeah, even the Leicester City boss died and he was a billionaire, and he literally died leaving a Leicester City match, as in the helicopter crashed in the parking lot of his stadium.
Of Leicester
What?
City.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That
Is this a
it's
Chinese? The
mad
guy
stuff.
who looked like kind
Yeah,
of
he
Asian?
was Vietnamese.
Oh,
Vietnamese
yeah.
billionaire.
Oh no.
It's scary, man.
You guys fear death?
But it's lit.
Well, I do fear death. Do you not fear death?
Why do you fear death?
Because you don't know how you're going to die. Like, you know what I mean? Like, perhaps are you going to die in pain? Or are you going to die looking bad? Like that's
What is only fear?
Beauty mogul.
What is only fear?
well, I feel like
Only
if you knew when you're gonna die, at least you prepare to look cute. You got what I mean?
What is only fear is that I
Like-
don't look cute when
So-
I'm dying.
So that was your motivation getting into his helicopter.
Yeah,
like
but-
I'm gonna
but-
look as cute.
Yeah, but
as
you know
I'll
the
hold my
other
Louis when I'm
thing
dying.
is, the other thing is with me, I try to live my life to the fullest. You get what I mean? Because you can die anytime. It's very abrupt. Like no one knows when you're gonna die. So what I do is I try to live my life like fully. To like I try to do whatever I want, whatever my mind tells me that okay, do this. If it's a helicopter, I'll do that, no matter what it takes. You get what I mean? Because life, you have to live in
super
the
short.
moment. It's so short, guys. Like. I don't understand why people be beating themselves up. Like you do have money in the bank account, but you're saving it. But saving it for what? You get what I mean? If you do want to go out for a nice dinner, take yourself out. Life is really short, guys. Like the moment you realize, I mean, look at this year, 2020.
Kobe,
COVID came
everyone.
and like no one knew COVID was going to come. People lost their lives. I have friends who have lost parents, and it was just very abrupt because of COVID. Like it's just so scary. So you just have to live your life no matter what people say, no matter what. Like you just have to do what makes you happy because you
So
only
you-
have one life.
So you live for that day.
Yeah, you like live in the moment. You get what I mean?
see.
Yeah, there's something special about living in the moment.
It's very fulfilling. It's very fulfilling when you're aware and present in what you're doing.
Yes. Because then your mind is active. Everything is there. And then you're just like, yes, I'm doing this right now and I'm having a good time.
Okay,
Yeah.
but like you also need savings, to be honest. You
You
need
do.
hella
But let me
savings.
tell you guys, Instagram lies. You know what? That aside, just the followers or whatever. But social media is a scam. Like it lies. People do post lies. You get what I mean? So you don't really have to base your life on oh, you need money to what? No, it doesn't necessarily have to be about the money. You get what I mean? Growing up, we didn't have money. You get what I mean? Like we really did not have money, but we were happy. You get what I mean? You would find things that make you happy. I feel like the same way you can do that right now. It's just that society paints this picture that, oh, if you do not have money, then you're not happy.
But
Fuck
if
that.
you also want to get on a chopper, you need money.
Well, yeah, you do need money, but then you also need to think about what type of happiness are you looking for in the long run. So if it's a chopper and you want to get into that, plan for it. But right now, do something else that you can have means for. You get what I mean? Live in your means. Don't try so hard, because when you do try so hard, then you're going to be fucked. You get what I mean? So just try to live in your means. Then when the chopper time comes and you're still alive and you have the cheddar, good.
Jump on the chopper.
Thanks.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Are you religious?
Well,
I'll start. Basically, I'm agnostic, so I don't know enough to believe in like there's
Yeah.
Allah or there's God.
I do believe in Christ. I think maybe that's because of how we were brought up. But it makes me comfortable to know that I am praying to something. You get what I mean? So that something could be Jesus Christ or God. That makes me feel comfortable that there is something. You get what I mean?
But you can also get a small God and start worshiping it.
No, but like coming from like maybe like my family and stuff, we're Catholic, you get what I mean? So growing up, I've always had that around, and trust me, whenever I pray, it always happens the way I wanted it, you get what I So also that is also in my mind that, okay, yeah, this is really like cute, but I'm not like adamant to like religion. I believe you don't have to go to church to like pray to God. You can do it in the bathroom, you can do it in the bedroom, it doesn't matter where you are. As long as you just say your prayers and that's it. You don't have to go to church. Because some people will be like, oh, you have not gone to church this Sunday. Why is that?
I
And I'm
used
like,
to hate that.
really, church is just a place. You get what I mean? It's just a place. I can also do it from my room and just pray to God. It's just how you speak to Him and what you want. But that's me, guys. Like, yeah.
By the way, feel free in this podcast.
Same.
Like literally, we do
Yeah.
not give a fuck.
agnostic.
Yeah, but you know, like some people that be
Religious,
watching can be
religious.
like, can be like, oh, they don't really believe in God and stuff.
They
So-
must be devil worshippers.
Yeah, so it's
Beast.
Marco is on the mark of the beast.
Yeah.
I remember when they used to preach that world-ending shit. Okay, so the reason I asked why if you're religious is the question I have for religious people is why do you fear death? Like
Yeah.
you're going to a better place, right?
Well, you don't know that. Let me tell you, like, nobody knows if there is like an afterlife. Well, okay, people do say that. You get what I mean? But who has been there and have told you that? Okay, yeah, this is how it is. You get what I mean? Nobody. This priest, yes, might say that, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's their word against. Like, you die and then what? You get what I mean? So me, I don't really believe in like afterlife and maybe purgatory or whatever. Like, I really don't believe in that.
For you can see one life and
yes, I feel like right now, live in the moment. When you die, nobody knows what happens when you die. And people have just created all these fictional films about death because that's what people preach. You know, they be like, oh, there's hell. And then they make films about hell. But you don't know if there is actually hell. You get what I mean? So, so to me, I'm just like... yeah, death is scary because you get to leave your loved ones, but at the end of the day, we all have to go through it. Yeah, so it only matters what legacy you leave behind.
Yeah, I just want to say on the topic of death. Well, me, I personally don't feel like I'm afraid of death. It's not. I don't think it's death that I'm afraid of. But Warren mentioned it. Me, I'm just afraid of a painful death. Like I'm just afraid. I'm afraid of the pain.
Yeah.
Like just being in pain and then dying. Like that's my last feeling that I'm gonna have pain.
You know, if I'm to be
that.
honest, I'd rather like die an old age. You get what I mean? Like at least you're old and like you just.
But you won't be cute.
But
You won't be cute, fam.
And
no,
you'll be
but
like
at
old
least
age
you'll
pain.
be like in your mansion somewhere, like just.
I don't want to die like old with arthritis. That's also pain.
Yeah, you see,
I
the
don't want to
problem
live
with
in
dying,
pain.
the problem is you'll live for a lot of years with pain in which you're old. You'll have arthritis, you'll have liver issues. You'll
I wish I could just have
You'll
like
wish for the
I should have like
release.
an instant, just click,
When you get that old age, you'll wish for the sweet release of death.
Well, there's some people that die in their sleep, so
That's
I
what
think
you want?
that's peaceful.
I think that's too abrupt. What if you had plans the next day? Serious plans.
Right?
Yeah, what do you guys think of euthanasia?
euthanasia, basically.
When you do it
yeah,
yourself?
like when you ask the doctors to like do
Yeah,
it too.
just like take me.
Well, I feel like that's your decision at the end of the day. Let me tell you guys, no one should tell you how to live your life, you know? If you reach a stage and you're like, okay, I want to be euthanized, that's your decision. You get what I mean? You need to find those that are going to support you on that as well. So if you do
That's
want
kind of
that,
hard.
yeah, it is hard because you are indirectly committing suicide, but
You're directly
All
connected.
that, yeah.
but if it's going to save you from the pain of like maybe a broken leg or the cancer or whatever, then yeah, just do it to like relieve your friends from the stress and like, you know, because it's really stressing to actually be on a deathbed and you're just there and people are like seeing you. It's very emotionally challenging. So I don't say I agree with euthanasia, but I don't really mind it, you know, yeah.
Okay.
I think you can be euthanized as long as you're doing it in a country where it's legal.
That's also what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
I don't think you can do this in
That's
Uganda.
the only issue.
You could never. There's so many things you could never do here. But look at me, I'm still doing whatever.
Hey!
Yeah, before we close on the topic of death, I think that's the coolest thing about the arts, and even just this podcast, is that, man, even after you die, like you're sort of immortalized. Like this is going to be here forever. It will never disappear. So like you continue to live on through this stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I think we're actually very lucky that we're born in this generation because like everyone has sort of a platform for the people who come after them to still experience them, which is super, super cool, man.
Yeah. There's this one time I was watching a series. They literally talked about, like dying and whatever, like, okay, because some people be scared of where am I going to go or how am I going to be remembered or like, am I going to go to hell or whatever. So in this series, the person said, look at Mary Magdalene and then look at Judas. So Judas is remembered for betraying Jesus. Definitely that's hell. And then Mary, the mother of Jesus, is remembered for something good. So that's heaven. You get like, so in this series, that's what I picked up and I'm like, okay, fine. So if you do good with your life and you make people happy around you, you're kind, you like do nice, you help people, that's heaven. You get what I mean? But if you've been a horrible person, then people are going to remember you for all the bad things. So like literally, yeah, so to me that's hell.
But also, guys, we also have this habit of oversimplifying it. So now, like, you see, I will say, well, Judas betrayed Jesus. But then now, does that cancel out all the other good shit Judas did before that?
What if Judas changed and then became a good guy?
Guys focus like on the moment, even after you're dead. People mostly focus on like the
highlight,
the most public thing that you did.
Infamous.
And then they're like, okay, Mary was Jesus' mom, but what if after that she was just
on
like,
some whack shit?
you know it. I think heaven and hell, the whole heaven and hell thing is just for everyone who's alive. That's how we find peace. Well, like
Keep in check.
She was so good. She did this for me, so I'm sure she's in heaven.
The other one was trash. I'm sure he's in here.
Yeah, it's for us. But it's like Warren said, man. We will never know until
like you can't know. So are you going to live your life on doubt? Like you're not sure. So
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so moving on swiftly. Is this your best friend that you were talking to us about?
Yes, that's like my best friend for life.
You kind of look similar.
Well, that's why we're BFFs.
Okay.
Everything is quite alike. It's just that she's much more curvy and
actually went
sexy.
I went to school with her.
Really? What was that? Chitende? Oh yeah. But like we are just there killing the gram. We're just trying to redefine how content should be created in Uganda. You get what I mean? Because people be like, "Oh, Uganda is not all that," but no, darling. It just depends on how you're going to create. Because all this was taken in Uganda, this and that, like all that was in Kampala, and Kampala has some nice views. Okay, although we weren't in Kampala, but we were in Uganda. Bottom line, so Uganda has some nice stuff, and you can like do well there. Literally.
I'm just going to come out and say this shit looks so fucking expensive. How are you able to do this? Sips wine.
It's like, let me take my drink first.
Holy shit, this is a Ferrari.
Do you read my caption?
Know your worth, sis, and add interest.
Yeah, so I think that's a self-explanatory.
That's what you do.
The mic keeps going off.
Oh,
are you sure it's going off?
Okay, it's now fine.
Okay.
Oh, it's like if you keep like.
Also, if you
you hear yourself right now, like it kind of jumps. But
it's me.
It's because
it goes away from the mic.
Could it also be the headphones?
No.
Maybe that.
But help me.
You guys look like you have very nice equipment, so I don't think it's like.
you look like you have nice equipment. I trust you guys.
No, but you do honestly. I saw you guys are using like Canons and like very nice mics. So.
Thank you.
Because at film school they do teach you all these things.
All these things.
Why do you think I agreed to come here?
Oh,
nice.
It was the equipment.
Not that I just saw it. I
use.
saw it's quite legit. You get what I mean? Because I do get asked to do like all these weird things. Okay, not weird, but all these different things, like maybe interviews or like modeling or like sets and whatever. But like some people don't really have the quality you'd want.
So they're going to film with like a
or
phone.
Equipment.
You don't want that. So
or maybe some trashy equipment, and you're just like, that's not my brand. No, thank you. Bye.
And also, you said you're trying to show that Uganda can produce some quality stuff, and that's
so
what.
I wouldn't want to like put
what
my
the man them are
future
doing.
in jeopardy.
Yeah.
And besides, you guys look like you're millennials, right?
Some of us are older and we
Some
look.
of us are older and we look.
Oh.
No, they're 24.
Wait, how old are you?
24.
And then
24.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah,
not
these
too
are
old.
millennials.
Come on.
We're playing.
No, but this picture, so I was by Ferrari in Cape Town.
Okay.
There's a Ferrari in Cape Town.
Yes, there's everything in Cape Town. There
Holy
is
shit.
Versace, there is Dior, there is Louis Vuitton. There's literally everything. It's like Europe. You get what I mean? Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. But I like to create content that's
did you say you were buying a Ferrari?
Is that choker?
Or did you say you were buying
Why
Ferrari?
did you say buy or buy?
I didn't say I said I was by Ferrari.
Okay.
You get what I mean? But I do love sports cars. So my love for sports cars will also get me to do just anything. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anything like how far? What do you mean?
Okay, how I love pictures. I do love to create content. And I love to present myself in a certain way. You get what I mean? So with like the Porsche, that's a Porsche, darling.
Yo, no doubt.
So with like the Porsche and like the
You have to do the
Ferrari,
booty picture.
We have to show them what they don't have or what they can't, or what they can't get.
Ooh, viscous. But now you're not being scarred.
Yeah, but also you guys need to know with like Instagram you need to like present yourself a certain way if you want to make it out there. You get what I mean? Everyone has an Instagram account, but it's not like everyone is standing out. You get what I mean? So it's also there's a lot of pressure on that as well. But
Is that your Porsche? I see President's daughter on that.
Oh, by the way, what is President's daughter?
well, that's my name I like to use. I'm the president's daughter. It doesn't mean my dad is a president or whatever. It's just self-proclaimed, and I like it. If you want to call yourself anything, you can.
Call yourself something.
Now let me tell you.
A microphone.
Call
yourself a microphone.
I'm sure Warren put a lot of thought into that. So I'm going to put some real thought into mine. Yeah.
President's son.
You know, I feel like
President.
Ding ding.
President.
oh wow,
That was so late. Okay.
interesting.
Yes. I've never even touched a Porsche. Holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
If I shake your hand, will that mean that I touched a Porsche?
There you go.
Thank you. Okay, I've touched a Porsche and a Ferrari.
They're so cool. Like literally, they're so cool. But in Cape Town, such cars are everywhere. You get what I mean? Lamborghinis, Porsche, Bentley, Rolls Royce. Like it's literally everywhere. It's not a thing. It's not very exciting. You get what I mean? You know, when you see something every day, it becomes boring. You get what I mean? So that's how it is. Even there, you can find a Lamborghini on the street, and it's just a Lambo. Like, so what? You get But they're very luxurious. I must say, they're very comfy, very fast, and super cool. But I don't think they would be like cars I would like to own in the future. You get what I mean?
Why?
Because I do like aesthetic, you know. But the cars I love are not really I do love the Porsche, but not. I wouldn't say the Ferrari. You get what I mean? I would want like a Rolls Royce or like a Bentley or like a G-Wagon.
Something classy,
Like,
you know?
Yeah,
like
very
Mercedes.
back.
Yeah.
Would you
But
take
like
a Tesla?
I thought you were going to say that.
Or like a Tesla. Very cool. Very chic. I like the doors. Yeah, so.
I thought you were going to say because of depreciation, because these sports cars depreciate badly.
Right. Like, and also if you to like fix it or whatever, like those spare parts take like a while. Like, you know, it's very like costly and like
Handmade.
Yeah,
all that
like
stuff.
but they're good on detail. Like they're very good on detail. They're very comfortable.
A lot of them are handmade. Like they're hand
The
stitched.
Rolls Royces, bro. Most of the Rolls Royce parts are literally handmade.
Yes.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And I heard it's like one guy that makes the entire Rolls Royce for some of them. Like one guy oversees the entire making of it.
I know all those Rolls Royces have like a pinstripe that goes across the side of the body, and every one of those is drawn by the same guy by hand. And every single Rolls Royce,
And
every single
also,
one.
and also the maker of the engine of the person that worked on your engine of a Rolls Royce, his name is like engraved there in the engine.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They're
But
personalized
you know what,
cars.
the thing about like a car like a Rolls Royce is that, you know how you say that as soon as you get it, it starts to depreciate. There's a point where the depreciation stops and turns. So if you buy a Rolls Royce, say if you buy a Rolls truck and keep it in your farm for like 2 generations, the guys will flip it for like 3 times what you got.
That's not useful for you and I.
Yeah, man. 2 generations.
What do
Two
you mean?
generations.
But you just saw the Kawaka getting back his Rolls Royce. And it was like 2 generations ago when they got that Rolls. And that Rolls is now worth like, bro, 2 times not even what, like it's like 10, 20 times what it was worth when they got it.
But, yeah,
Okay, but that's not for every car. Like that's
Not for every, of course not for every car.
you know, actually, some of those cars depreciate to hell. Some of those old cars, but people don't know that.
Not the Rolls, bro.
Not the Rolls, but some of them do depreciate to hell.
You know, car companies actually started doing this thing where they remake a super old car with all its shit, like the way it sucked back then. Obviously, because now cars have improved, but they make it exactly how they made it back then and sell it for like 3, 4, 5 million pounds.
And people literally buy that.
People
You get what
buy
I
it,
mean?
yeah.
But you can see even with our generation, like old trends are coming back. You get what I mean? Like even with fashion, like things that were worn like in the 90s are literally coming back. So even with a car, if it was like vintage back then and it's coming back now, it's like a vintage car. Everyone is going to want one of that. Mostly the rich that really have money to like spend on such, you know, because those cars are made specifically for the target market.
Yes.
Of those who can afford. If you can't afford, then you're not the target market.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's why, you know, that would like be like that. And
Do you be thirst strapping in some of his Instagram pictures?
do I what?
Do you like thirst strap? Like, do Do people like DM you on some thirsty shit?
Yes, indeed.
Indeed.
That's like a thing, but I feel like, well, you do get people that DM you all these freaky things. You just have to like be specific with what you're looking for. You get what I mean?
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Do you ever DM people?
You ever slide?
Are you ever the slider?
If you see a cute guy, like, let me show you this guy. Not this one.
Kahuma Raymond.
This one.
You're gonna put me on blast.
What do you think? Would you slide?
Well, okay, the thing is with me, I never initiate stuff.
Okay.
So that also just comes with like who you are. If you're the type that initiates, then you can DM. That's fine. You got if you're comfortable. But I'm not the type that initiates. You don't have to
Never.
initiate to me.
You're
I'd never, even if I like
Never.
you, like her,
Why?
I could never do it.
Why? Even if you
I
like
don't know.
the
It
person.
just
the prize.
just right.
Yeah.
Like give me a high five.
Hey!
Like,
This could be the start of something new.
yeah, so I feel like no, for me, I just never really initiate. Maybe because like I always get like
Like a paragraph. You said so much, it's so little.
With that look you get.
Yeah.
let's leave that at that.
You'll never slide.
Never, ever. Perhaps if maybe I could only slide if maybe it's like a job thing I'm looking for. If I want to ask you which place is this, but it could never be me saying, oh, I like you, blah, blah, blah. Never. Could
That's
never
so you
be me.
dream
No,
person.
you just say like, hey there.
No, still that shows you are interested.
Yeah.
Let me tell you the thing is, with social media and sliding in DMs, it's very tricky. You get what I mean? Like if you slide into one's DMs, they have the power of that conversation. But if you slide into my DMs, then I have the power to control whatever I want. Like the narrative will go the way I want it because you texted me first, I didn't text you first. You get what I mean? So that's the trick. But then if you text someone first, then you're going to look like, oh, you want them. So you're going to be working alongside their responses. And
I swear I don't agree.
around
But
that.
what if you want the person? What's wrong with looking like
Yeah, you
want
can
them?
want them. You just stalk them on Instagram and that's it.
Let's casually be a stalker.
You just leave it at that.
Don't mind us. As well sliders.
I swear to God,
This is
slide
a
all the
sliders
time.
pod.
Wake up,
Of course, you guys
Slide.
slide.
Go
slide.
to bed.
Go to bed,
Yeah.
slide.
Wake up, slide, go to
And
bed.
what's that like?
Slide.
It works so well.
Oh, really?
And like that thing of controlling power, it's not even like that.
Yeah, but it's different also. Because
That's
me,
different.
I don't even have like a reputation like that. But okay, you post a screenshot and then as in, I slid on purpose and I'll do it again.
And
You
it's
know?
comfortable.
Yeah, it's calm. You can post a screenshot.
But like I slide a lot.
Oh, interesting.
Literally, like, yeah. What's the most you guys have slid in a day?
Nah,
You tell
I
us
don't
what's the most you sleep in. I have a feeling you have the crazy
10.
answers here.
really. Me,
Yeah.
I actually
Is that average?
I'll
or-
be sliding like that. I only slide. I slide rarely, man, but I'm a slider. Like I'll slide if I like.
Wait,
what
so
I
when
see.
you like slide into someone's DMs, you be like, hey, or you like go straight to the point?
Hey.
You just
Hey, how are you?
You have to be-
Hey, how are you? You have to-
Yeah, well, if
Wait,
you have
what does
manners,
going
you
straight to the
greet-
point mean?
What does going?
No, like, because, okay, with me, when people do slide in my DMs, I'm kind of like, go straight to the point because my Instagram is mainly for business. You get what I mean? But some people will come to you with all this weird stuff, and then your manager also gets to see what they're sending. So you're kind of like, okay, this is like, I beg you, please get to the point. Like, what's this about?
No, I
So
don't-
do you be like, hey, I want you and I want to date you? Or do you just be like, hey, can we be friends? Or hey, do I need you for this?
I mean, we're not like weird. It's not like I'm sliding with like a dick pic, but it's a like when you slide, you're just trying to get to know the person. So you'll say hey, and then you'll try to link.
And
up.
if they don't respond,
you just
You
take it to
move
the
on.
chest.
You move on.
You take
that
it to the
doesn't
chest.
hurt.
what it is.
Oh my God, imagine you
different.
slide into someone and then they just blue tick you.
Yeah, but they
It is
they
what it
don't-
is.
Imagine.
But no one really does
That's
that.
in fact that's the best type of rejection because like your rejection is based on nothing. Like you don't know who I am. It's worse if we like link up and then after we've met in real life, that's when you start blue ticking. That's when I'm like,
What
like,
happened?
like she met me and she's still there and fuck with me. That's different. But like
Nah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, well,
Cool.
I feel like my phobia comes from like rejection. I can't handle rejection well because I've never been rejected. So like
Holy fucking
imagine you slide into someone's DMs and then they just blue tick you, and then what? It's going to torture you psychologically. You'll be like, what's wrong with me?
That's what
because there are too many like people on Instagram, so it's mostly like a numbers game for the people that slide.
But like there's those
win
people
some,
that
lose
have
some.
the features you're looking for, and they're just like, to die for, and then
But I can't
you
even-
like slide into
that's
their
why
DMs.
that's why real life rejection is worse, because I don't know that either. I only slid because you look nice. That's it.
You have nice
Nothing
angles on
else.
IG.
Nothing else. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like with you guys it's different, but like with some of us, when you look at someone, you're already planning everything, marriage.
Hey.
So before you slide it, it's already like out
Facts,
there,
facts.
literally. Yeah.
I feel you.
This Instagram is hella lit. Jesus Christ.
How do you keep your skin so shiny?
I was about to ask.
Aloe
It
vera.
looks on
Wait,
point.
is it shiny right now? Is it shiny right now, guys?
Aloe vera.
Because I know some people are wondering, what is your
Okay.
skincare routine?
We just had Mona on and she told us that
You have to bake.
you have to bake things like
Okay, well that's makeup.
Yeah, that's right.
But for a natural thing, for me, what you do, firstly, you have to stay out of people's businesses and be in your space. You get what I mean? You have, in order to because guys, energy reflects out. You get what like, if your heart is not pure, or if you are like always minding people's shit, or if you're not really happy with yourself, then even if you try whatever skin routine, the stress is going to show. You get what I mean? The people are still going to come. So firstly, if you're happy within your heart and you are minding your own business and you're like, okay, it's self-growth, that should be the first lesson. And that's what I tell everyone who follows me on Instagram. That should be the first thing. Then next, water is very important. Half our body is made up of water. So like, people tend to forget that just drink a cup of water and you'll be fine. Like, water really brings out good skin, honestly. But with me, I don't drink cold water. I normally take warm water. So it has to be hot or warm, because you also have to get that waistline together.
Okay, can't
Yeah,
forget
so-
the waistline.
There's one more to help with that.
It's like a whole package. So the water is good because water helps to like detox you maybe after a night of like drinks or whatever. So water is very good. And then also it depends on what type of skincare products you use. So with me, I'm very precautious. I use mainly organic stuff that have aloe vera. So even my lotions are mainly made out of like aloe vera. I use baby oil. So such things that are very like smooth and very tender to the skin.
And very cute.
Yeah. I see you like that word now. But yeah, it has to be something very like very, very simple, very minimalistic, and just very natural. The closer you are to naturalness, the closer you are going to get to a good result, because the skin is natural at the end of the day. You get what I mean? So that works for me. But also you need to know we have different genes. You get what I mean? So I can recommend this for people, but it will still not really it won't work, because we just have different genes and like different skins and whatever. Also, the weather matters a lot.
Before we finish on this topic, how are you able to stay so small? Do you like watch your diet?
Not really. I feel like it's just in my genetics. It's very small. Let me not lie to you guys. I eat a lot, but I'm very like naturally tiny. You get what I mean? Tiny, but of course like tiny in a very sexy way and appealing way. So yeah.
Can't forget that.
Yeah. You
What's the
must.
docu-series about, by the way, that you're executive producing?
So the docu-series follows the lives of my best friend and I. So why we began this is usually people tend to ask us, oh my God, what are you guys up to and stuff. And before, we did a live. There's one time why we actually said this. We did like a live Instagram video together.
Is that your best friend?
Yes.
She is a beauty.
Right?
That bowling technique.
I know. No.
Wait, have you guys done? Was it very poor?
Oh, the form was
Two
way
hands.
up. You could have busted that.
You know what happened there? We were in Rwanda.
One.
We were in Rwanda, and like she kept on like we were actually competing to see who like hits the most balls. You get what I mean? So like in the process you have to be very strategic to like make sure you get everything.
Straight.
So you just push it slowly so that it actually hits wherever you want to go. So that's what happened there. But like in general, the docuseries just follows our lives and things we do. And because like you see most of the content we post, like maybe pictures, they don't really give a backstory of what we went through. So it's just like what we went through, the bad experiences, like something to show that we are actually like, we also go through these things again. Because people, when they see you on Instagram, they tend to forget that, you also get like problems. You get what I mean? Everyone gets problems. So like the docuseries is mainly to just like give an insight, but obviously not everything, just like a brief insight of what happens and like maybe how you can also achieve this look if you wanted to, like something like that. Yeah.
Like, what's a big issue that you faced before making this content? Like, what's
so usually like the biggest issue is to find like a perfect location that's very silent for you to have a decent conversation. Or it could also be time, and also maybe equipment, because we don't have really a big camera crew right now. So it can also be like maybe you don't have like mics that are going to be like booming from upwards or whatever. Like it's always a different problem every day. Yeah, and also maybe the outfits are not really working. You get what I mean? The weather is also not. Yeah, so it's like a lot of things that like come through. It's very hard behind the scenes, by the way.
I see, and you're executive producing this.
Yeah, well, like I said, with film school, I did producing as well with TV, so I can direct.
Okay.
Yeah, so like but you know what executive producing means, right? You like fund the whole thing, like you're funding it, and it's like you like pay for it, and then you just have like that big eye on the content
project.
So we are both executive producers on this show, and like whoever just comes in to feature in an episode, they just featured in there. It's like it's nothing more. Yeah.
Would this be expensive for you? Like, how would you?
It's quite costly actually. You know, because you have to book location, and because branding comes with a certain image, so you have to maintain that image regardless. So even the places you're going to go shoot from, they have to look cute and match your standards, you get what I mean? So like we're in Fort Portal, but this place is called Aramaga. This is where we are right now.
This is the place?
But it was so cute and like very, very bougie and expensive.
Yeah,
but like
the pool looks huge.
Right?
It looks way bigger than
and
it
like we
looks
just
in-
had like the place to ourselves. But you have to like pay all this money. But at the end of the day, you know what the content is going to do for you.
You guys paid for the entire place yourselves?
You do
What
pay.
the fuck?
You like have to book it out, and like it's just
to do all this.
How
yeah.
much does this cost? You have to tell
I'm
us
not
this.
going to discuss that.
Oh, this place is so expensive. Even
Have you
just like
checked it
staying
online?
there
Have
once.
you
Yeah, I've
checked
seen
it?
it online.
Yeah.
It's like so expensive,
It
but
is
we're there
super
for like
duper
2 nights. So
Okay.
yeah, but that was enough for whatever we wanted to do with
Okay.
it. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Just like a quick question I wanted to ask you guys before I forget. Or should I bring it to that? Oh no, let me just ask now. Would you take a partner who has a bad breath or a bad like body odor?
Hell no.
Nah, neither.
But if you had to pick one,
Yeah.
I think I would be like a bad body odor, because then I'll take you to the showers. But then if we're going to be making out, I don't want to smell that. You get what I mean? Because that's like it's in the mouth, but then the body odor.
It's harder to avoid.
it's literally in your face.
Yeah, the whole time when you're talking to me. But if your body odor is bad, I can spray myself with my Chanel the whole time. Like, you get what I mean? And you have the Chanel
Body
on, and then
splash.
you like, yeah. So I feel like body odor, but let me be clear, I would never do either. Yeah, it's just an
For
ultimatum.
me neither.
No, but if you had to pick one,
I'm with Warren. Body odor. Let me tell you, bad breath.
bad breath.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh
Like,
my god! How'd you
first of all,
start?
when you kiss it, it'll feel like you're sharing it, as if like you're taking some of it, man. I just can't deal.
Jesse?
I just can't deal.
Nah, I'm not sharing bad breath with anyone. You
No.
guy. But when you put it like that,
I had this argument, and like you'd be surprised. More people take bad breath over bad body odor.
yeah, man. Several people. You think it's obvious, but no. Some people.
Hell no.
What's it like being What's it like being back in Uganda? Just based on
very
like
different, honestly. If I'm being honest, it's very different. But at the same time, it's good to be back to like your friends and family, and like just to experience everything. It's just that Uganda is very, very low on development. I don't understand what's going on in this country. But besides that, it's fine. You know, you just need to be in the right place, I guess.
Okay, so basically, I've seen you hosting on like a few platforms, like the Snapchat one, I think once. Yes, the Snapchat one. And you don't really talk about like the whole like sexuality thing much.
I think I was quite clear before I hosted that thing. Okay, with me it depends. Before I do anything, it's specific to the type of energy I want. You get what I mean? So even before I do something, I'm like, okay, I just want positive energy. I was very clear that day when I was hosting that thing. I was like, I just want you guys to ask me questions that are going to be beneficial to you in the long run and maybe also to me. So we're going to help each other learn from each other. So it's however much I'm hosting it, I mean, it has to be all about me. You got what I mean? So even the whole sexuality spectrum and whatever, people kept on asking that, but I kept on ignoring such questions because that's not why I was on that platform. That's not why I was there. Well, in my opinion, you know, you got what I mean? That's not why I was hosting it from there. So that's why. But with sexuality, I feel like it is a spectrum. And people tend to put themselves in a box simply because that's what society tells them. But if you're out there and you feel like you have a certain preference, just do what makes you happy, because at the end of the day, life is way too short to be sad and to limit yourself. If your soul tells you this is it, then that is it, because energy never lies. You get what I mean? So yeah, that's literally what I think about that.
I almost want to end on that note. That was a very good speech. Jesus Christ.
Jesse,
we should stop paying this guy.
Your game. Oh God. Okay.
Okay. Just like if you could just like help me explain what it's like, what the difference would be in living in Uganda like that, and then like also
okay. So okay, but firstly with me I have a very big advantage. I'm very feminine actually, like, you know what I mean? So it's not so hard either way. But Cape Town is more accepting, I must say. It's more accepting, it's more liberal and stuff because it's more advanced. There's it's like Europe. It's like literally like Europe, you got what I mean? But with Uganda, you know, Uganda is very conservative when it comes to like culture and Christianity and blah, blah, blah. People tend to like take the church for whatever. But I mean, the people who are even preaching in the church, they are also human. Those guys also do a lot of bullshit that we don't know about. You get what I mean?
A lot.
People judge others just because they sin differently. You get what I mean? So it doesn't really make sense to me. So even with that, but Cape Town is more liberal as opposed to Uganda. But at the end of the day, I'm going to do what makes me happy. If it makes me happy and I'm comfortable, I don't really care what everyone else has to say.
Wow.
Literally, that's just how I roll. I don't give a fuck.
You have such resolve in your mind.
Yeah.
Because I feel like with life, if you want to get far in life, you need to set your grounds and be like, okay, this is what I'm going to go by. And people, the real people, the right people actually come into your life for that. You get what I mean? Yeah. So that's just what I think about that.
Set your values and just like everyone
just
that
stand
agrees
by
with their
them.
values will.
Because, you know, people like it when you are content. People don't like to follow people who are not sure. You better be sure and that's it. So if you're sure, the right people will come and they'll be like, oh, well, yeah. Oh, sure about that. And then they'll also be like, perhaps. And that's it. You get what I mean? Mm-hmm. But if you're not sure about your life choices, you're like, oh, you're living in doubt. And then like, you're not really giving people a valid thing. Be like, follow this. That's it. And that's that. It will never be that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what I think about that.
Okay.
Wow.
That's actually good advice, huh?
That's actually good advice.
Really
we should have like resolve. As much resolve as we can. Because no one's going to follow if you're, you know, undecided. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like, you know, I feel like with life, it's more of like if you're indecisive, we all don't want something that's not, you know, straightforward. Like it's just there. Like then how is it going to help you? But if you have decided and you're like, okay, this is what I'm going to stand for, you become more organized and you become more true to yourself. And you're just like, fine, you either come and be by me or against me. And that's also okay. If you don't feed me, you don't feed me, period. You get what I mean? And also with life, I know some people are scared about, or what if like I get rejected or like I don't get fed. Honey, let me tell you, the world has very many different people, and if there is a will, there is a way. You get what I mean? So I feel like most times fear kills more dreams than failure has killed. You get what I mean? So yeah,
you miss
like
100% of the shot.
Literally, like I just don't know, but that's it. That's what I can say about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't mean to like ask this again, but like one more thing I wanted to say. The way you sound, it's like a lot of people must just like approach you to talk about this type of stuff just based on like, so say for example, like sexuality. A lot of people must just like approach you just based on like the fact that you can. How do I say this?
The fact that like you're sort of like living. You said how you see how you say a lot of people live in fear, and that doesn't seem to be you. So a lot of people must come to you.
Well, they do approach me with regards to like, oh, thank you very much. We literally like, because most of the DMs I get are more of like, oh my God, thank you. Like I've been living in fear and stuff, but through you, like you give them something to live for. You get what I mean? Because then you get to show them that it doesn't really matter who you are or where you come from. Your dreams are still valid no matter what. You get what I mean? Because everyone needs to be given a chance to be themselves. You get what I mean? Because if you're not yourself, you're going to live a life that's very unhappy. Understand? So when most people, when they DM me, they learn something, and I like that. I want for you to come and learn something from my page. I don't want you to just come and see my pictures. I'm very okay with having 25 likes on a post, but as long as that post teaches something, you get what I mean? So most people that come onto my page, they do learn stuff, and I'm very happy for that, because I do want to change people's lives in a very positive way. Because, happiness is very... it's like a mindset, you get what I mean? If you say, okay, fine, I'm going to forget about what I have to say about my choices, because people will judge you no matter what you do. You get
Everything
what I mean?
that you do.
Even when you like buy a car, they'll be like, oh,
You could have given that money to charity.
right? Like it doesn't matter if you, even when you drink water, they'll be like, oh, you're drinking water, so pretentious. You get what I mean? Trust me, human nature is just built to judge. You get what I mean? So no matter you do good or wrong or bad, like they'll still judge you. So why don't you just live your life and be happy?
They might as well judge the real you.
Right?
Let them just judge me for real.
Might as well judge the real.
Just like literally. But yeah, that, and over the years, what I have noticed, like if you just be yourself, the right people will come your way, And if you like just say no to fear, you just like be happy. Even the right things will come your way. You got what I mean?
Man, your story, like everything that you're saying, I'm jiving with, like I'm relating with. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, that's why you have me on this show, darling.
like minds.
Wow. Okay. So in case you do not want to like get into it, but like, was this like a process for you to just live your truth and like just be who you are?
Well, before I was scared. Honestly, it's very scary. It's so scary because society just paints everything in a type of light, and
Black
obviously,
and white.
yeah, and obviously you don't want to be there when you feel like you don't fit in. You get what I mean? It's very uncomforting. In high school, I would never fit in at all, but like at the end of the day, because I've been bullied a lot growing up, but the thing is with me, all those experiences, I never take them in a negative light. I just use them to develop myself more and just grow a thick skin. So I feel like it also comes with mindset. Mindset is very important. If you have a healthy mindset, no matter what anyone says, you will still rise from the ashes. You get what I mean? So like, that's it with me. Like growing up, I've just always been like very feminine, and I've always wanted to do like this type of things and stuff. But before, it was very scary, honestly. But once you like stick to your life choices and be like, okay, this is what I'm going to do, and this is just who I really am, and you are happy with who you really are, literally, like that's it. You get what I mean? Like that's the gold right there. And like once you accept yourself for yourself and just live by your truth, because like imagine living an unhappy life just because you're trying to make other people happy, and then you die. What have you left behind?
You've lived for everyone else besides
for everyone else's consent. And come on, like
these people, you owe them nothing.
You don't, right? Like it really died.
And you can't even really please those people you're trying to please.
Never.
And then those people will say that you went to heaven. You lived in hell your whole life.
Actually, those people will still judge you even if you're living for them.
Yeah.
You know,
Holy shit.
I
Those
saw
are
a
not living
caption.
enough.
A caption that said the people you're trying to impress don't even like you. You get what I mean? Like on social media or like in general life, we try so hard to like impress people just to to fit in. What's wrong with not fitting in? Like you can just be weird. It's fine.
It's fine.
Being normal is boring. You get what I mean? Like, so what? You're normal, and then what? And besides, job opportunities lately, like if you've been traveling and you've been out there, like people want those that are very unique. You got what I mean?
Like the fashion industry is like, if you, the more you stand out now, it's like the more chance you have of being
Yeah,
hired.
because then people will be like, oh, wow, that's something new. And we want that. Everyone wants something new.
Fresh
You know what I mean?
perspective.
Like, literally is something like that.
Question: what if? Because I know it's very easy to say like live your truth and like set your values, and everyone will, the people that align with your values will come along the ride. But what if your parents don't agree with who you have chosen to be?
Okay, also that's something I had to deal with. I understand it's easier said than done. But like I said before, if you're sure that you are sure about your life choices, the right people will come. We don't choose the family we are born in, but you get to choose the family you associate with. You get what I mean? So yes, you might be born or you might be born to parents who don't really accept you and whatever. Well, mine really do, so I don't relate to that. But before it was kind of like a hurdle, because like it's scary, like what are you gonna say and stuff. You get what I mean? But if they see that you are right by your choices and you stand by it, because you're an adult at the end of the day, you get what I mean? You stand by your life choices. You just have to give them time. You get what I mean? Time really heals things, and if they do love you, they'll come around. You get what I mean? Love at the end of the day is much stronger than anything. Let me tell you that. If someone really loves you, they'll really stick by you and be like, okay, yes, these are your life choices, and I'm just going to be there for you because I love you. And they'll try to understand that. You get what I mean? So, and also don't just be there and make a fool out of yourself. You just have to be sure about your life choices and, you know, show them that no matter if you're born different, you can still make a success out of yourself. Literally, yeah, that's like the gold mine.
I wish that for you.
Thank you,
Make
Raymond.
success.
Sorry to take you guys back, because you spoke about like fashion and being unique. So I just wanted to ask you, would you consider how you dress cross-dressing?
Well, some people might do that, but with me, I don't like to put myself in a box. You get what I mean? I feel like that's very limiting, because the sky is not the limit. I don't know if you know that. But yeah, so if you perhaps be like, oh, it's cross-dressing, what is cross-dressing? You know, that's one thing we need to first know that. What is wrong with a guy having braids? You got what I mean? Like, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with putting on a dress? What is wrong with that? It's just, I feel like society just puts labels to this. But I mean, if it flatters your body, then fuck it, just wear it. You know, because we all have different bodies at the end of the day. You can like put on something and you still look better than 10,000 girls. You got what I mean? If it just makes you feel happy, then do it. And if it makes you look good, much better. That's also good.
Very good. Okay. We need to take a quick break.
Yeah, because I need to pee.
Okay.
Same.
All right. We will be back shortly. We're back on the show. In case we just last left off when you guys were talking about cross-dressing, and I wanted to talk about this guy's description of cross-dressing. Cross-dressing is the act of wearing items or clothing non-commonly associated with one's sex. Comment. I feel like this is a bad description of what cross-dressing is, and I think it goes with his point. And like this part here, not commonly associated with one's sex, might be the issue.
Because like cross is more like, okay, you're crossing over. You got what I mean? Yeah. So that's what I pick up from that.
Yeah, but if you say gender is fluid,
A spectrum.
Or it's a spectrum, then you can't. There's nothing to cross over from, I guess. Right?
Well, yeah, but bottom line, it still comes down to like what you as a person think about it. You get, because everyone's opinion is very different. You get what I mean? Yeah. So if to you sexuality or gender is not a spectrum, then you obviously won't find it as, you know, cross-dressing, but like some people will. You get what I mean? And that's still okay because that's what they think.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Do you have any role models, like anyone you look up to?
So in the film industry, I look up to Viola Davis.
Hey, okay.
You've watched How to Get Away with Murder,
Yeah.
the lawyer, Annalise.
No, I haven't, but I know her.
Auntie
Yeah.
Viola.
Ava.
Viola.
Who else? I'd say Naomi, but I
Campbell?
think she's
She's over?
overrated. I don't
Oh! Holy
No,
shit.
but I do also like her, you know, to some extent.
Did you see her interview with Majimbo? It's called Elsa Majimbo.
I haven't watched it yet, but she has a lot of interviews. She's been doing this.
With Elsa.
She's been doing like a podcast for like 2
Wait,
years.
so who is Elsa?
Elsa is this Kenyan
breakout
breakout
star.
star from 2020 social media.
She's a comedian.
She's a comedian.
Yeah.
Has like she says a thing, then she laughs. Ha, 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 ha.
Oh, okay.
You've probably seen her if you see her one of the clips.
Naomi Campbell is such a beauty. It's insane. Look
And
at
she's
her.
like 50 something, but
Isn't she even older?
looks like
Probably older.
probably, but like yeah, she still looks
50
amazing.
sharp.
50, yeah.
50.
Told you. 50.
Let me show you something of who I might regard as literally like the most beautiful picture I ever saw.
Are you also going to look for Elsa?
Yeah.
Jada.
Bruh, when Jada was younger, she was so beautiful. Jada Pickett Smith. Pinkett. Which picture did I see?
Won't that take forever?
It will take forever. Okay, moving on swiftly. Yeah, Elsa is a
Jada is beautiful, but for now she's still an op. Still on the opposite side for some of us. We're still a bit touched.
Will Smith, eh?
A bit touched.
Oh, you guys mean this girl, the
Yes.
funny
Yeah.
girl?
The funny
I've
one.
seen her.
Yeah, she laughs. She laughs like after
Interesting.
that's a
Now
funny
she's like
laugh.
Rihanna's friend. She's doing interviews where
Fenty deal.
Fenty deal.
Nice. Good for her.
She did teach us how to blow
Had
up.
a podcast episode with Naomi Campbell last week, I
That's
think.
cool. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
She's really blowing up this one.
Facts.
If you get a podcast interview with Naomi Campbell, please tell us. Tell her that we said
We also want.
we also want.
In fact, we also want her. We also want her here. Yeah.
Okay, so film industry, it's Viola Davis and Naomi Campbell. Who's overrated, and then
Oh, come on. Don't say that. Shame on you, Raymond.
you said overrated.
Well, what else did I think of? Maybe myself, yeah.
Oh, but
Because
Your
you
own role
keep,
model.
you keep, your version of yourself keeps changing. You get what I mean?
Keeps
Well,
improving.
if you are a person that's obsessed with development, of course, you have to see a change. So you have to be your own role model at a certain point, because your dreams are still valid, and it doesn't matter where you are in life. But as long as you sit down and be like, okay, I have achieved this, and I'm happy, and I aspire to achieve this, you become your own role model because you want to become the better version of yourself and better than your old self.
So you're like,
Literally.
what you're trying to say is like your version 10 years ahead of today is your role model. Your role
Yeah.
model.
Because then it will push you to be that. You get what I mean? Yeah, because if I tell you I'm the same one 10 years ago, that's a big lie. Things have changed and things are much better now. You get what I mean? Yeah, so it just keeps changing, and if you yourself are your own role model, then it makes magic.
Were you always this confident?
Yes, confidence has always been a virtue of mine. Yes, but although sometimes it becomes hard, to be confident, but I think I've always been like this. Yeah. I'm very intimidating. People say I'm intimidating. Do you think I'm intimidating?
do we look intimidated?
No.
That's the question now.
No, well, the day he slid into my DMs, he was kind of shocked I responded back. So that gave me a hint of
that was
He's
nice. That was
intimidated,
nice of you though to respond.
that he was kind of very skeptical, I wouldn't reply. But the type of person, if I see something has good content and it's really it's worthy of my time, then why not? It doesn't matter if it's whatever, but if it's for a good cause, it doesn't really matter. You get what I mean?
Okay.
So even when he was shocked, I'm like, why are
Why
you
are you
doubting
shocked?
yourself? Come on, you have all this content.
Yeah, why were you intimidated?
Give me an effect or something. Oh, the thing is, let me tell you, the second I go to a page like this, okay, the content's fire and it's super unique, but I see 15K followers and I'm thinking, all these 15K followers might be messaging. And so is my DM going to be one of the hundreds? When are you going to look at mine?
No, well, there is that part of requests.
Request.
Yeah. But it does show, Instagram shows you when someone DMs you, even if they are in your private DMs or it's public or whatever, or it's private, or in the request, it does send you a notification that so-and-so DM'd you. So sometimes I usually check because you never know. I do get people asking me to influence their stuff, to promote their products. So you just have to check once in a while just to see what is there. If it's a trashy message, then don't respond. You get, because you do get trashy messages and you're like, okay, not worth my time. But when you DM'd me about this whole thing, I was a bit skeptical and I'm like, okay, let me check out what he's saying. But then I saw your Instagram and I'm like,
Popping.
Then I saw the YouTube channel and I'm like, okay, fine, this is good. The subscribers are there, so
Thank you.
I think it's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when a person looks at my gram, it's popping. You can say it.
You can't see it.
I like the hairstyle.
Cornrows.
Yeah, it shows you're very open-minded.
Very open-minded.
That's what did it.
The cornrows one. I'm doing cornrows
crazy.
today, by the way. Again.
You have to do
You
them after this
better
pod.
shout out your barber, boss. Better shout out your barber for that.
You have to do them after this pod.
But I
Yes.
wanted to ask. You said that you said like you're super interested in doing TV. So do you have any TV role models?
Bonang Mateba.
Who's Bonang
She's
Mateba?
South African,
South
very
African.
glamorous.
Just
You know
popping.
Bonang?
Yup.
Oh yes.
Spelling?
Oh,
Just popping.
Bonang. There,
Oh,
that
there.
person.
Outfit.
She's just gorgeous. You should see this girl on
Jesus. She used to have a
Instagram.
reality show, no?
She does, being Bonang.
Being Bonang.
Like
Yeah.
it's just
She
everything.
did it, AKA.
virtually.
Hey,
Yeah.
I remember her.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's Bonang. She's really talented and she has her shit together, and that's something I like. You know what I mean?
She's big that side, eh?
Very big
She's
in SA.
huge,
Like
bro.
people love her.
She's huge.
Bonang.
Bonang,
Kudos to
darling.
her.
Okay, I think for me that's it for my questions now. You guys, you have any questions?
I want to know if Warren has any questions.
For us?
Who of you guys is single and dating, not single, whatever?
It's an S single. I wish we could form that letter for all
I'll
single.
help you summarize. Single,
Mhm.
sort of searching,
Single.
sort of searching. Single.
Why are you speaking for them?
Because these guys, it's so hard to get an answer from them.
No, but we're all single. That's
Yeah,
that's
I
the
don't think
important
anyone
part.
has
This is
dating.
the dude who's searching though.
Is that
I'm not
looking for a
searching.
girl actively. This one.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
and for like work,
I'm actually kind of searching.
have you guys like established work? What do you guys do for work?
Okay, so basically, just before we go over the other question, we're all single, like just to like clarify that. And like,
In case you have any friends that looking to have a good time.
work.
They're
me?
single. Do they have money?
Hey, do you guys have money?
Was that a prerequisite?
Yes.
Of course, we
If
are
you're
in
going to get, like-
2020.
Nah,
duh.
then I'm going to be single forever.
You need to have money. Relationship. This
So
is
no
driven
money.
by
No money.
That's a sensitive topic for me. I'd rather not dive into it.
We just got monetized on YouTube, so all you guys have money, technically.
Yeah, we're rich niggas. We're rich
Yeah.
niggas. Yeah, we're rich
But
The
if that's a
fallen.
prerequisite for
niggas. We're
you,
rich niggas.
it's me.
Same Z's.
The other side.
Same Z's. Same Z's. Same Z's.
No, but like, it's not that much money, but you need some money, I think, to go on like dates and
Of
link.
course.
Yeah, we have,
Yeah.
we have date money.
Yeah, I can take
What
your
some shots money?
If you're looking for chopper rides,
If
bounce.
you want
wrong
if
number.
you want a Bentayga,
Wrong number.
try me again. Try me in 10 years.
Work, podcast and vlog. So basically, that's what I do.
Yeah. This is job. This is important. This is real life.
So that's what you guys all do.
No.
Oh, okay.
I work at a law firm.
As a cleaner.
I work
It's
at a-
okay. Own it. Own it.
Yeah,
Own it!
just know I work at the law firm. But yeah, no, I work at a law firm. Yeah, that's all I need to say about that. I'm still in school as well. About to go to LDC.
Oh, so you're doing law.
Yeah.
Interesting. And then you.
Me? I work in advertising.
Okay. What type? What company?
What company?
Yeah.
Capital Outdoor. It's called Capital
A
Outdoor
company.
Advertising Company.
Okay. So
A
what?
company.
What you guys advertise?
So basically, Capital Outdoor, like the bread and butter of the business is they own billboards. So like we have the most billboards in the country. So we sell out like the space,
Oh, okay.
rent out the
That
space.
must be expensive. Like
Mm,
renting
it's
out
like a
space.
house.
I tried to like do that one time, but it was very costly.
Yeah. Cause some
Interesting.
Billboard
Was it-
space. Did you rent out billboard space?
I was just like looking into it, and they told me it's like very costly. and
Come
stuff.
on.
Talk to
No one to
talk to him.
Get you a good,
Talk to get a
deal.
good deal.
a good
I'll
deal on
consider it.
billboards.
Make some date money.
Okay, and then your future aspirations, Raymond.
Me first, I want to grow my vlog channel. Have you seen my vlog channel, by the way?
Yeah.
I shout it out in every podcast, but that's fine. I want to grow this channel to be. I need to hit that 1M subs, like in maybe like a year or two. I'm trying to grow this to be the channel in Africa and like international as well. So we're going to be shooting around Africa. This in 2021. We're going to be shooting around Africa. That's the goal for 2021. Grow it as big as I can. Work with all these different African creators. The podcast channel. This one requires my direct effort, like insane amounts of effort, because the videos are very, very high production. Like they're very simple ideas, but like it takes a lot to make the videos happen. And then for the podcast channel that we're doing right now, it kind of grows on its own because our guests are very, like, they have interesting stories, and like people subscribe and listen because of us and like the guests as well. So it doesn't need too much effort. I'm also trying to grow this one has to be the number one podcast in Africa, like literally in a few months.
We're already number one in UG.
We're number one in UG.
Never forget.
I think in East Africa,
probably the region.
Yeah, and probably like the region.
We're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
And complaints.
And like we literally just started.
How far long?
This is the episode that we're going to post, like this episode that we're having now is going to be episode 14. And that would only be like 6 guests, like 7 guests. You'd be like our 7th.
Okay.
So yeah, by the end of 2021, it's going to be so huge. It's insane.
And then you?
I know. I don't.
First, wait 1 second. First, rate Melvin like Melvin's looks. 1 to 10.
if Warren rates mine, he has to rate everyone. He has.
Well, I'll rate you guys, but let me first ask the questions.
Okay.
Got you. No. I'd really like to talk about what I have planned, because it sort of takes from my strength in doing those things. Sometimes when I talk about it, I just get too much acknowledgement from the people, and then it takes away from my strength. It's almost like I've taken a shortcut. So now everyone is cool with what I'm planning on doing, and I don't get it done.
So you'd rather keep it silent?
Yeah, but no, I plan being a lawyer for a couple of years. Obviously, I'm going to keep doing the pod with the boys. I'm almost certain this is going to grow, but like it already does. It does so much for me already that like I'm almost satisfied at the moment. But there's things coming.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And then you?
Me? I just kind of go with the flow.
If you're looking for a substantial answer, wrong number.
Just kind of go with the flow. You know, where life takes me, that's where I am at the time.
So you don't like to plan?
If 2020 taught me anything, man, men plan and the savannah laughs.
Indeed.
Laughs hard.
Indeed.
Yeah. Okay. And then, what did you guys learn from today's session?
I didn't learn too much, so much as like resonate with what you were saying. So basically, like we're talking about like being yourself and and like just living your truth. It's not too much to learn as much as like reinforce that, like just like, because this is something that I'm trying to work on, me as me. Like it's a big problem I have. I like try to please everyone. I never say no to people. Like it is so rare. And that's Tracy's laughing in the background. Oh my god.
That's true.
Fuck you.
That's true.
Anyway, so I never say no to anyone, and so like people ask me to commit to different things. You guys are laughing when I'm speaking my heart out.
Oh, give him time, guys. Come on.
Say what you need to say.
I need to hold hands.
Jesse, you're right next to him. He's your friend.
What's your star sign? You're very emotional. It's crazy.
Pisces.
We had this conversation before.
Pisces. We're super emotional.
Pisces.
And so I say no to no one. So I commit to a lot of things. So I'll tell people I'll call them at lunchtime, and then I'll tell people I'm going to be with them at lunchtime, and like commit to a lot of stuff, and it's breaking me. Like I can't keep doing it. And so I'm trying to work on that for like these next few weeks. I've been working on it for like a couple of weeks now. Yeah. So does that answer your question?
Well, you just told me what you have been dealing with,
And like
answer what you have picked up from the session.
Hey.
What are you going to stop doing? What are you going to do different? So stop pleasing people
yes.
and just do what makes you feel what you're
hosting
okay
who on
with.
this podcast?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you asked if I have
Something.
questions, so now it's my podcast.
I have control now. Yes, exactly.
We're inactive.
I think I need to be. I need to be more straightforward with people and just not worry about stepping on people's toes too much. Just like being myself
Yeah.
unapologetically.
Yeah, unapologetically. That's a nice one. That's good. You know,
Agreed.
because at the end of the day, it takes away a piece of yourself. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
If you like try to fulfill people's desires, what about you? You know, it has to start from yourself. You know, and then other people. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
If you die and start with you, then it's not really going to make any sense. So you have to at least try and be there for yourself first, and then people can come later. Because if you're not a better person within, you're not really going to like help people
Agreed.
as well in the long run.
Agreed.
You know. Then you.
What I learned today?
Like-
Yeah, man. Basically the same thing. Like just have more
Come
resolve.
on.
This dude is so big. Like,
Have more
vague.
resolve. Don't care too much about what the masses think.
Even if they think you're vague.
You know,
Nice one.
I can't give a damn about the masses that think I'm vague. Yeah, that's what I learned today.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, no, first of all, I really enjoyed this pod because it was, I expected us to have good conversation because you're such like you can just tell that you're like a very authentic and like open person. But then, so that I'm not surprised that this pod was so good. But then the thing that I learned, I think, is mostly just like fully live your truth. As in, like, a lot of people say that, but like you walk that talk. It's not just for the clout. It's not about like just a social media like tribe. So yeah, I fuck with that. I think that's my biggest takeaway from this interaction.
That's nice because it makes you a better person, don't you think?
Facts. I agree.
So if I was to rate you,
What are you rating out of?
What's
What's the best series? What's the best series? What's the-
I need you to say this before these guys distract you. From 1 to 10, go.
okay. So definitely 0, 0, 0. Done.
Fair enough.
I'll take it.
Holy shit, I'm not on these guys' level.
You're the first 0. That means your 0 is
1 is
your
the
0 is
best.
slightly
1.
higher.
Are you just going to try all the sound effects?
And I was pressing like 2 at the same time.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm giving them 0, 0, 1.
0.1.
So we're 100. We're 100 as a gang.
001.
100.
It is you can see it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but thank you for actually having me on this podcast. I like to share my, experiences and, what I've been through and stuff, although we didn't really share much about what I've been through, but
You shared a lot.
I just like to, engage and, be able to maybe like create an impact in a different way. So thank you for having me, and I wish you guys all the best with your future podcasts,
Love.
Yeah.
Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. I wish you the most success with whatever it is that you decide to do. The beauty mogul thing, acting, everything. The docu-series needs to be fire. Please keep pushing the humanitarian cause. I told you this off camera, but like, I appreciate it when people do things and not expect anything in return. And this is one of them. And like, out of everything that you said, this one stood out to me the most. Just like keep helping people and like being their voices if they need any. And like, just continue being a good human being and just yourself. Yeah.
And we'll hit you up when we're in Cape Town so you can pay for a helicopter.
Definitely.
Please clip this. We need to play this
Give that
in a few
evidence.
weeks.
We're going to give our papers after this to sign.
You promised.
Helicopter raid.
Oh, interesting. What are your plans for New Year's? Actually,
Partying. I'm going for like wherever the most lit
That's
party
him.
is.
With
What
him.
she said, yeah.
Wherever
Where is the
party
most
is,
lit party? You should tell me.
we're going to give people free promo.
Yeah. They do.
Everyone,
you
I'm
should
gonna
tell
say-
me off
They
camera.
need
Off
to
camera.
pay for that one.
Yes, wherever the most
Yeah.
lit party is. This is the only time I ever like drink.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to get
So
shit
New
faced.
Year's is a big thing to you, like.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to be with the mandems.
This has been I think this is the best year of my life, 2020. And I haven't said that before. It doesn't come out of my
Never ever
mouth.
said that.
I
Why
haven't
is
said-
it the best
That's
year of
dope.
your life?
this is a year I feel like I'm doing me. Like and obviously I told you that I feel like on some aspects I feel like I'm not living them too fully. I'm not like being very honest, but like this one, that is a bad way to put that, but like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yes, this one I feel like I was meant to do this. I was meant to vlog.
You
I was meant to do
you
this.
Also, you
sprouted.
began this just this year.
Yeah, like literally, like the first video is 5 months ago.
That's wild. 5 months? That's crazy.
The support that we have gotten, especially myself, is insane. Literally. And I can't thank everyone enough. Every podcast I do this, the podcast has taken off so fast. It is insane. Like we get so much support, and people are like actively listening, and it's insane. Like we see the comments, and they comment like every second they're listening. So they'll comment something at the end of the podcast after like 2 hours, 30 minutes, 1 second. People will be like, he said this. I don't agree. Da, 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 da. That's how you know they're engaged. And so our engagement on these podcasts, I was looking the other day, is so high. We have 1.7k subs.
Yeah.
But like our engagement's like 20-30%. It's
And that's
insane.
and that's not even everyone. I think some people just don't know that you can subscribe. So a lot of people don't subscribe. But a lot of people watch these videos.
But you know, that's like a good thing, you know, like to always start, you know, something that you have in mind. Because if you don't start, when will you ever start, you know? Lots of people live in procrastination that I'll do it tomorrow. I'm like, when will you, like, you just do it now. You know?
Do it now.
Even with relationships, people be like, oh, I'll leave him today. You get what I mean? Like if maybe you're in an abusive relationship or whatever, and you're like, I'll leave this guy today. Or blah, 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 like, why don't you like do it immediately? You get what I mean? Because you're not really like comfortable or happy at the end of the day. You get what I mean? So procrastination is like a very, very big thing, and it's not really good.
Agreed.
You know, but I'm just glad that you actually got to like start this, and it doesn't matter the amount of subscribers as long as you have those views going. Views are something that show that okay, something is interesting. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Yeah, the more views you get on a post, that shows people are engaging.
Yeah, agreed. I didn't mean to take us in this tangent, but yes, I'm going to party the shit out of New Year's. That's tomorrow. Right now, I'm going to vlog with Sydney and Jesse and Tracy as well. I'm going to buy an outfit for New Year's and get shit-faced tomorrow.
I'm actually going to do that now. I'm going shopping after this.
Can I tag along? Can you just
Interesting.
pay for everything?
You can come and I sponsor all of you.
Hey.
Psych.
Oh, already.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much for coming. Where should we follow you, Warren?
So if you want to engage with me on social media, my handle on Instagram is Warren Aine. It's the same with Snapchat, Twitter. I don't really like Twitter, but yeah. So Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter, it's Warren Aine. And then the businesses I have, we do run La Petite Patisserie with my best friend. It's more of like a pastries company. So it's like pastries, donuts, and whatever. And then we are going to be doing our
No. There's a gap.
yeah, so there's a gap before the P. Then P-E, pat. There,
That's the one.
the lesson. Yeah, so it's that one. So if you guys want nice pastries, your face masks, that's the place to go. Yes, we are also planning on doing like a very nice sale where I get to deliver them in person. So that's also something you should look out for. It's quite cute. Yeah, so
It's quite cute because I'm coming.
right? Duh. But I feel like the word you guys learned today is cute.
It's cute.
Keep it cute.
Well,
What did you learn from this podcast?
Actually,
Cute.
Keep
Well,
it
let's
cute.
use that
We learn
then.
to keep it cute.
Cute. Just
cute.
keep it cute because cute is good. It's not extra. You get what I mean?
Keep it
Fuck.
cute.
Okay. Okay. So follow Warren on these. Okay. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for all the advice and being a dope guest.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me, bitches.
Bitches. When are you coming back to Uganda?
So I have plans of moving to Europe though, so that's very complicated. But I finished my stay in Cape Town next year, so I'll be back in Uganda for a while, and then perhaps somewhere else, like move somewhere else. I don't know.
Okay. Come back to the podcast when you can. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe on YouTube. Listen on Apple Podcasts, Castbox. Leave us a review. This is Raydioactive signing out.
Peace, peace, peace.